Hi friends! I recently talked about Hermes vintage or pre-owned versus new retail bags. Today I'd like to do the same for Chanel as well. I've downsized a bit between this and last year and just have a few Chanel items left. I will go over what I've let go in a separate video and discuss my reasons why. Jumping right into the Chanel Classic Flap, I've mentioned previously that I had purchased this Caviar Classic flap in small when I was studying in an intensive course in London a few years back. I'm glad I went ahead and purchased it as the price has doubled in value in just a matter of a few years. I love this bag and have always felt that if I had to get rid of all of my bags, I'd still keep this one. It's such a classic and it tends to work with any outfit. That said, at the time, I wasn't sure how many Chanel bags would be added to my collection and went straight for the black color as a closet staple. I don't regret it at all, but I do sometimes wonder if I should have gone with a different color and then searched for a vintage classic flap that would have 24 karat gold hardware and also the vintage caviar or lambskin quality that many have claimed to be better than the current leather. I'm saying this because vintage pieces tend to have a lot more black colors to select from versus colors like beige, caramel, or gray colors. The condition may not always be in top shape in these lighter colors and can come with a hefty premium above retail if they are. Again, I don't regret choosing this combination at all and don't plan on trading it in, though I do hope to find a vintage Chanel lambskin in another color besides black to add to my collection. In terms of price point, pre-owned classic flaps in larger sizes can be of a better value currently. Lambskin also tends to have a lower price point than caviar since there are less on the resale market. Overall, I do think the prices have skyrocketed to a shocking price and the quality hasn't been kept up. Rather, it has gone down a bit. But I also feel that the classic flap, whether purchased through retail or pre-owned, will continue to retain its value over time. I'm not a fan of overpaying on pre-loved bags, but I also understand some have gone obsolete and paying extra may be the only route to take. Similar to my Chanel reissue in denim, these denim bags tend to be collectibles that increases in value due to scarcity and how limited these are at every launch. Basically, not many of these hit stores. When they do, they are sold out even before hitting shelves. This is essentially why Chanel denim bags have a major premium in the resellers market, especially in a classic or reissue design. Chanel reissue or 2.55 flaps generally have a lower price point in the pre-owned market versus retail. Of course, the smaller sizes tend to have less of a savings. I personally love the reissue. Its bijou chain and low-key turn lock creates much more of a comfortable style without a screaming logo when I want to feel a little bit more discreet. I also love the slim envelope design, some days a bit more than the classic flap. Outside of Chanel classics and reissues, there are also other lines that have few designs that hold a lot of value as they have been sold out in many stores. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the Boy or the Chanel 19 collection, but I've definitely seen some hardware or leather combinations within those lines that are pretty cool. I do though like the last creations from Karl Lagerfeld, which is the Gabrielle line. It just had a very different approach that touches upon how streetwear now is combined into luxury fashion. I love the low maintenance vibe and the less structured look to this line. For example, the Gabrielle backpack. This became such an iconic bag if you're into Korean street fashion like I am. I wanted mine in the two-tone color, but the full black version is particularly sought after and is sold out everywhere. This style tends to sell for anywhere upwards of $1,000 above retail, especially in black. I was also only able to nab this in the larger size, since the small tends to also be the more popular size sold out everywhere. But it's not that much smaller, and I found this larger size to be my preference proportionately. There are also a few of the seasonal bags that became hot items, such as the filigree vanity case, where some specific colors became difficult to find in retail and were sold on the pre-loved market with a premium. But I really would prefer to talk about some of the bags that have gone off radar a bit. I tend to be interested in mixing in some of the bags that are sort of off the beaten path and less trendier. The Chanel GST, which is the Grand Shopping Tote, a seasonal bag, but is thought of as a classic Chanel staple. And because larger bag sizes are not as trendy at the moment, this can be something to get at a wonderful price. This also comes in a smaller tote size called the Chanel PST, or Petite Shopping Tote. These styles were discontinued in the US as of 2015 and would only be found in the pre-loved market. The good part is that I found there to be a variety of colors to choose from, and the resale price point seemed to have mostly remained below when it was last sold in retail in 2015. Another item is the Chanel Timeless Clutch. This is also a discontinued design that can be a great find in the pre-loved market. The price point also seems to remain below the last listed retail price, which was around $2,400 or so. I found the size to be very generous and even larger than most of the mini bags, and I think the style is super chic if a hands-on design is something you'd like to add to your collection. Chanel camera case bags are also slightly off radar at the moment, but will always come back into trends. And if you're someone that doesn't follow trends at all, this can very well be a great option to have at any time. It is a really simple design with a zipped top. Most comes in the classic Chanel chain, and the size is actually very nice to shoulder carry or crossbody. If you decide to go the vintage route, these can absolutely be a steal. And since there aren't a ton of updated camera bags in retail at the moment, you may be able to find pre-price increased bags in the stores depending on the style you choose. As usual, I'll end my video with some mod shots of the bags I've talked about today. I hope you enjoy the styles and the ideas that I've brought up. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stay well. Bye!